All right, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you've had a nice day. It's gorgeous out here in Cleveland, Ohio. We finally have a nice sunny day. So if you're here in Cleveland or wherever you are, I hope you got outside and got some fresh air and some sunshine today. Let's get started. Find your way into child's pose. So bring your big toes together, open your knees up nice and wide, and press your hips back to your heels. And just stretch your arms out in front of you and rest your forehead on your mat. And just take a couple deep breaths to get into this moment. And give yourself permission to just be as you are, permission to honor your body, permission to connect. So breathe in and out of your nose. And come forward to your hands and your knees. And just stack your shoulders right over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And begin to move your spine. So just practicing some cat-cows, rounding your back and arching your back. Taking your gaze towards your navel as you reach your spine towards the ceiling, and then dropping your belly button down towards your mat as you take your gaze up. Any movement is going to be good movement, generally speaking, but especially because, I'm noticing at home that I'm not moving nearly as much. So, taking as many steps as usual. So this helps me to find a better balance. So find a nice neutral spine and extend your right arm forward and your left leg back behind you. And just get nice and long. Lift as high as you can, but do your best to maintain a nice, strong, and engaged core. And then release. And let's go other side. Left arm forward, right leg back. So lift up, foot's awake, your hand's awake. Even your hand that's down on your mat is nice and awake. And release. And again, switch sides, right arm forward, left leg back. And release. It's like we're going for a little spinal balance walk. Left arm forward, right leg back. And 2 more times on each side. Release. Inhale and lift. Exhale down. 1 more time on each side. Left side. Release. Curl your toes under. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders again. And just lift your knees about 1 inch off your mat and find a hover. Notice if your belly's down or if it's up. Just pull in, neutralize. Breathe in, breathe out. Downward facing dog. Press your hips back, let your head drop down. Pedal your legs out. Breathe in and breathe out. Shoulders draw away from your ears. Just feel your body starting to open. And then, you can push one heel down at a time and exaggerate the stretch through your hip. And then switch. Bring your feet together and float your right leg up into the air. Foot's awake. Bend your knee. Open up your hip. So separate your inner thighs. Press your chest towards the right. Take a couple breaths in and out. You can circle your hip. You can roll your ankle. Straighten your leg. Lower your foot down. And let's go for the other side. Left leg lifts. Bend your knee. Open your hip. And again, work inner thighs. Work the top of your thigh, your side body. Your hip. Even a little in your glute. And exhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat. Allow your right foot to meet your left at the top. Separate your feet hips distance apart, and then clasp your hands behind your backs. Lengthen your spine as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale, fold. Pull your hands away from your low back. You can keep your knees soft or bent if the body needs that. And just breathe. Let your head fall. You can always put a strap or towel or shirt, anything you have laying around that can help to separate your hands if your shoulders are on the tighter side. Ground down through your feet, stand all the way up. Arms can reach out and up. And exhale your hands to heart center. And just take a moment. Draw your attention inward and set an intention for your practice. Inhale and reach your arms out and up. And just take a side bend over to the right, any variation that you want. Just get real long through your sides. Inhale, reach up and take it over to the left. Inhale, reach up, bend back, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. High plank pose, shoulders stacked right over your wrists, belly pulls in and up. Tip forward under your toes. And let's go all the way down. If you need to drop your knees, you can drop your knees and go all the way down. Point your toes back, baby cobra, press down into your hands, lift your chest slightly. Shoulders back, back muscles hug in towards the center line of your body, and release. And again, baby cobra. Inhale and lift your chest, shoulders back, breathe in. Yeah, get nice and long, lift higher, use resistance, and release. Child's pose. Hips press back. Let your head fall. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. All right. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Open up your mouth, let it out. Breathe in. And exhale. All right. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Stand tall. And exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. And then lower down. You can go all the way or you can go halfway. It's up to you. Inhale, lift your chest, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, exhale. One breath at a time, all it takes is one breath to unlock what's locked up, what's bottled up, what's unknown, what's possible. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Stand tall. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank, and go down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel your joints getting lubricated. Each bit of movement becomes just a little more natural. It feels a little easier, a little lighter, smoother in the body. One more sun salutation A. As you exhale, step your feet to the top of your mat. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank, and go down. Inhale, up dog or cobra, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up into the air. And exhale, step your foot forward between your thumbs. Grab blocks if you need them, but lower your back knee down to your mat. Inhale, straighten out your front leg and fold over it. Toes fan back, runner stretch or half splits. And just breathe in and breathe out. For those of you that have good flexibility in your hamstrings, draw your heel down and pull your right hip back as you fold. So you can create a little more activity, a little more heat in your hamstring, but you contract the muscle to build strength within the flexibility. Because we need both. Too much of one thing is never good. All right, shift forward. Crescent lunge. Ground down through your front foot. Curl your back toes under, lift your knee, and then reach your arms up. Back heel is nice and high. And just breathe in and breathe out. Pull your left hip forward. And take an open arm twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Twist from the center of your body. Come back through center, crescent lunge. And exhale, release. Hands down to your mat. Step back, high plank. And lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, let's lift your left leg up into the air and step your left foot forward. Grab your blocks if you need them, books, tissue boxes, whatever you may have. Straighten out your left leg. Toes fan back. And just fold over your leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Work to find softness. If there's always this hard tension in your body and your mind, we're never going to see a difference. And we want to see growth. We want to see what our potential is to feel really good. So shift forward and come on up into your crescent lunge. You can adjust so that your feet are in 2 lanes of traffic. Pull the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button and take your open arm twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. Take your gaze over your back shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out, twist. Inhale back through center, crescent lunge. Exhale, release your hands down, step back, high plank, and lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. So bend your knees and sit back. Yeah, ground down through your heels, through your big toe mounds, and just be here now. Set your focus on the moment, on what is happening now, what you want to make happen now. Sit even lower, 2 inches. Go down, breathe in and breathe out. Fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, right to your low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Step forward. Crescent lunge, reach up. Open arm twist to the right as you exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale, release, chaturanga. Inhale and exhale. Left leg lifts. Step forward, crescent lunge. Take your twist to the left, open arm. Inhale through center. Exhale, release. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep breath in and out. Lift your heels. Bend your knees, float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Breathe in, go low. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg lifts. And step forward, crescent lunge. Reach up. Stay here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to heart center. Take a prayer twist to the right, left tricep to right thigh. Anchor your arm and your leg together. Press your arm and your leg into each other. And then you have the option to open your arms. You have the option to take an arm balance. Figure out what you need, what your body needs right in this moment. Come back through center, crescent lunge. Reach up and open, warrior two. Back heel plants, arms open. Stretch from fingertips to fingertips. Open your right knee up to the right. Yeah, look over your right fingers. And reverse your warrior. Right arm sweeps back. Breathe in, strong through your left leg. And extended side angle. So you can bring your right forearm to your thigh or your hand to the inside of your foot. Left arm reaches up and over your ear. Get long. Reach as much as you can. Feel that space between your pelvis and your ribs get long, and then pull your left shoulder and your left chest back. Eyes are up for 3, 2, stand all the way up, warrior two. Straighten out your right leg. Turn your right toes in about halfway. Left toes about halfway out. Feel free to adjust as you need to. And then bring your hands to heart center for right now. We're going to move into horse. So adjust your feet and sit down. So a nice wide squat. Try to get your hips in line with your knees if you can. Keep your chest up. Now, instead of keeping your hands at heart center, bring them behind your back and either catch elbow to elbow or take reverse prayer. And just sit down and breathe. In and out. Let's pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Belly in. 5, 4, 3. Shoulders back. 2. Stay low. Stay there. Breathe. Arms out. Lift your heels. Lift your heels. Drop another inch for 3, 2, and 1. Heels down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Straighten up. Star pose with extended arms. Find your way back to warrior two. Sink down. And windmill your hands down to your mat. Step back, high plank to a low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg lifts. Step your left foot forward. Crescent lunge, reach up. And again, let this settle. Settle into your body, your feet, your ankles. And notice the heat in your body that you're building. If you're getting sweaty or warm, you're ready. Hands to heart center. Prayer twist to the left. Right tricep to left thigh. Fire up your right thigh. Watch if your knee starts to drop. Straighten it out as you twist. Inner thighs squeeze. Belly's in and up. Breathe into length and option to open your arms. Option for your arm balance. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back through center. Crescent lunge. Reach up. Warrior 2, open up. Shoulder blades draw in. Yeah, pubic bone pulled up. Reverse your warrior. Right hand just falls down the back of your right thigh as your left arm reaches back. Breathe in to gain length through your left side body. Feel your right side body squeeze. And find extended side angle. Forearm to your thigh. Right arm up and over your ear. Get long. Breathe in and breathe out. So you can kind of see both sides of the body in these poses and what's happening. Get long through your side body and then pull back. Pull your right shoulder and your right chest back. Even your left knee open. Inhale back up, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten out your leg. This time, turn your left toes in. Left toes in. So adjust so that the pinky toe edges of your feet line up with the short edge of your mat. And clasp your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest and your gaze, and exhale, fold forward. Pull your hands away from your low back. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Ground down through your feet. Inhale back up to stand. Arms open to a T. Left toes turn out. Warrior 2, sink down. And windmill your hands down to your mat. Step back, high plank. And lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Open mouth, let it out. Deep breath in. Step or hop your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Come all the way to stand. Arms reach high. All right, let's go for an eagle. So wrap your right leg over your left and wrap your right arm under your left. If this is too much on your shoulders, you can catch shoulder to shoulder or elbow to elbow. Your right toes can also graze your mat if you need them to. Work to squeeze your leg bones together. Slide your knees just a tiny bit to the right. Lift your chest, breathe in. Breathe out. Release. And let's go for the other side. All right, so left arm under. Or your variation of choice, left leg over. Ground down through your big toe mound, ground down through the center of your heel. Lift your elbows, breathe in. Breathe out. And release. All right, other side, right arm under. Right leg over. Breathe in. Breathe out. Float your right knee up in front of you. Keep your eagle arms and extend your legs straight back. Keep your right hip tilted down. Press through your foot. Slight lift in your chest. Breathe in. Drive down through your grounded foot and breathe out, half moon. Unravel your arms. Grab your block if you need it. Left hand's down. Right arm opens. Right leg's high in the air. You can take your gaze up. Just breathe. Belly strong. Lift as much as you can. Less weight in your hand. That's down. Lower your right hand down. You can grab your other block or pass that block into your right hand. Right hip tips down, revolved half moon. Press through your right leg, extend it back and lift up, and then lift your left arm up. Do your best to keep your right hip down and closed as you open up through the left side of your chest. And release your left hand down, standing splits. If you have a handstand, you're always welcome to hop. Otherwise, just stretching out. And step your right foot to meet your left. Lift halfway and fold. All right, let's stand all the way up. Arms reach high. All right, left arm under. Left leg over for your eagle. Breathe in. Find your center. Set your focus. It's on a still point. It's on what happens now. When there's a lot on our minds, we wobble. So the clearer your mind, the steadier you are. Float your knee up in front of you and extend your left leg straight back. Lift it up. Breathe in and breathe out. Unravel your arms. Release your right hand down. Catch your block, your book, whatever you have. Left arm and left leg lift. Breathe in, reach up. Try lifting to your right fingertips. Lift your left leg higher. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower your left hand down. Tip your left hip down. Keep your leg extended straight back. And begin to peel open. Revolved half moon. Right arm lifts. Your gaze moves up past your right fingers, your right shoulder. If your left hip happens to be open, you'll find that you get blocked from your twist. So close your hip in order to find more mobility in your chest. Lift your leg up, standing splits. Strong breaths in and out. You're welcome to handstand if you choose to. And step your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, lift halfway. And fold. Come all the way to stand, arms reach high. And let's find tree pose. Hands to heart center. Right foot comes to your right or left inner thigh, calf or ankle. And just press your foot into your leg. Push your leg into your foot so you feel your left glute engage. Stand up straight. And then you can reach your arms up. You could take any variation that works for you. And just come back to your breath. If you want added balance challenge, you can soften your gaze, close your eyes. And release. All right, let's switch sides. Left foot to right inner thigh. And again, hug your thigh into your foot so you feel your glute engage. We want to work to have strong glutes. Weak glutes cause back pain. So just by this simple engagement, it can help to promote strength. Open your left knee up. And then again, any arm variation you choose. Just shoulders draw down. Feel a sense of being grounded. And make sure you're present. And step down, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach out and up, bend back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. So high plank to side plank with your right hand down. Any variation, lift your hips up, lift your eyes up. Just reach up and breathe deep, in and out of your nose. Make this your own. If you'd like to lift your leg, get into it. Breathe in, and then high plank. Breathe out, low plank. High plank. Side plank, left hand down. And again, a knee can go down. Like, make this yours. Make this your own. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your hips higher. High plank. Low plank. High plank. Slowly go all the way down. All the way down to your belly. And turn your head whatever way is most comfortable. Feel your heartbeat and feel your breath. All right, forehead to your mat. And just let your arms rest next to your sides. Shalambhasana or locust pose. And let's float up. Belly's active. Lift everything up. So squeeze your butt and then squeeze your back muscles in. Breathe in, lift and lengthen. Squeeze and release. Switch cheeks. All right, forehead to your mat. And let's do that again. Second time's always a little better. Come on up. Lift everything up. Breathe in, lengthen, and then lift even higher. Lift more. Lift your legs. Bring your feet inward and release. You do what you can. All right, so bend your right knee and catch your right foot behind you. And squeeze your right heel in towards your glute. And press your pubic bone down towards your mat. And just work to feel a stretch in your quad. If you have a pretty open quad, you can slide your foot so that the heel's on the outer edge of your right thigh, and you can pull your foot down more. Just go with what feels right. So it's like a face down hero's pose alternative. Release your right foot. Same thing with the left. Hit your left foot and then squeeze your heel down towards your glute and press your pubic bone down towards your mat. All right, release that foot. Now we're going to shift into Dhanurasana, bow pose. So bring your forehead to your mat and then bend your knees and catch both feet behind you. Bring your knees close together because they tend to deviate a little bit. If your knees are deviating a lot, work the resistance factor and just don't let them deviate. Bring them in. So now just press your feet into your hands. Just push them into your hands. Pit of your belly button pulls in and up. And now kick back. Kick back and lift up. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your chest. Breathe in. And release. Breathe out. And let's do one more. Forehead to your mat. Bend your knees. Catch your feet. Press them into your hands. Squeeze your glutes. And then lift up. Kick back, lift higher. And release. And just bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs side to side. Just helping to neutralize your low back. Take an upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, exhale. From downward facing dog, find your way onto your backs and set up for bridge pose. Feet are hips distance apart, ankles underneath your knees. And then ground down through your feet and lift your pelvis. Walk your shoulders underneath your back and just lift. Breathe in and breathe out. And release down. All right, let's do another. Ground down through your heels and lift your hips. Bridge pose. Squeeze everything in towards the center of your body. And release. And let's do one more. So if you'd like a wheel, you're welcome to take wheel. Otherwise, bridge pose. Come on up. And release. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open wide. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And just feel for a moment. Have gratitude that your heart's beating, that you're able to breathe, that you're healthy during these times of challenge, of change, of shift. Honor that you have a roof over your head. You have people who love you. You have food. You have toilet paper. And just be. Be where you have to be, which is right here. Happy baby. You can catch the outer edges of your feet or your big toes and just pull your knees in towards your armpits as you ground your tailbone down and rock a little bit side to side. You're welcome to straddle your legs wide if that feels good on your hamstrings. And then gently bring your legs together. Hug your knees into your chest and begin to rock and roll forward and back. And just rock your way to the top of a push-up. So rock your way to plank, high plank. And just stabilize. One breath at a time. Gaze is past the front edge of your mat, nice and steady. Downward facing dog. Just let your head fall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale your right leg up into the air and step your right foot forward. Come up to warrior two. Back heel plants, arms are open. Inhale, straighten out your right leg. And then lean forward and lower down. If you need your block, you can grab a block. And just work to open up into a nice triangle. Feel your pelvis press towards the wall on your left. and just open. It's all about finding space in your body and getting into the position that feels good in yoga journal. But it's, you finding your unique variation for the way that your body's built. And exhale, lower your left hand down, spin onto your back toes. Take a twist, dragonfly twist. Right arm lifts. Breathe in, stretch out. And find high plank. Low plank, up dog, down dog. Left leg lifts. Step forward, warrior two, open up. And then straighten out your leg and take it into your triangle. And, again, don't be afraid to use the full length of your mat. You can take a wider stance. It just taps into different parts of your body in the pose. Breathe in and breathe out. And dragonfly twist. Right hand down, spin onto your back toes. And open on up. Left arm reaches high. Breathe in and breathe out. High plank. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring your right knee to your right wrist for pigeon. If you need to shift to your back, you're welcome to lay down. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, knee area, and pull your left thigh in towards you. Otherwise, allow yourself to melt forward into your pigeon. Honor your body. See what you can do to feel good. Breathe in. Breathe out. If your elbows are directly under your shoulders, take them more forward, take them a little wider so that there isn't that stacking so that you can soften. And then try pulling your right hip back and your left hip forward. So it's almost like you're trying to pull them into each other to meet in the middle. But you'll feel an instant ball of heat, an instant burst of heat. And then within that heat, see if you can soften just a little more. You'll open up a little more space. And you may tap into a part of your body you didn't know needed tapping into. And let's walk your hands back up, sitting tall. And press back, downward facing dog. And left knee to your left wrist for your pigeon. And again, reach your right leg back behind you. If you're on your back, left ankle crosses over your right thigh knee area. And then just fold forward. And you can try pulling your left hip back, your right hip forward. Just to heighten the sensation. It's almost heightens your experience because the more that you feel, the more present you are, in the situation. I think it's when we don't feel things that we get bored. Whether it's this feeling of relief, it's a feeling of being a little tight, whatever it may be, when we don't feel, we don't necessarily connect, we disengage. So come back to your breath. Find that squeeze, that left hip back, your right hip forward, and breathe. We are at an advantage that we've been moving, that these poses, some of the time in a more yin practice, you hold for a while to break through, but because we've been moving, we've broken through a little bit already. And walk your hands back up, sitting tall. Downward facing dog. If you're on your back, just hug your knees into your chest. And then we'll all come to seated. And we're going to move into a double pigeon. So with double pigeon, you'll stack your right shin on top of your left shin to start. Now watch your bottom foot that it doesn't start to bend your ankle. So the bottom of your foot is not facing up towards you. But see if you can kind of flex your foot so the pinky toe edge of your foot presses into your leg or your thigh. An alternative for this, if you're really tight, you can put your right shin in front of your left, almost like being completely cross-legged, and fold. If that's bad on your knee or right ankle on top, and just work your knee away from you. You can always pull your left foot closer to intensify. So there's always lots of options. Just make sure you feel your sit bones below you as you fold forward. We'll just take a couple breaths. You can press into your hands or your forearms and push your hips back as you fold so that your sit bones remain grounded. Let the top half of your body begin to fall heavy. And sit up. And let's switch sides. Breathe in and breathe out. So you can fold. And again, you can push in that little bit of resistance to pull back, especially if you notice when you fold forward that your butt kind of comes up off your mat. Push down to keep it grounded. And then breathe in and breathe out. Have gratitude again that you can be here, that you can do this. Keeping in mind that this is temporary, that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. This is temporary. This situation being stuck at home, it is temporary. So do what you can with it. And sit up nice and tall. Extend both legs out in front of you. Shake them out. Make sure you feel your sit bones below you. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Catch a hold of your feet. Catch a hold of your ankles, whatever you can reach. Lengthen your spine and fold. Deep inhale. Nice long exhale. And sit up nice and tall. And plant your hands behind your hips. Bend your knees, plant your feet flat. Reverse tabletop. It just counters all those folds we did so that you feel the front of the body unlock. Breathe in. Breathe out. And release onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And let them fall over to the right. Let them fall over to the right. Arms can open to a T or goalpost. And take a couple deep breaths, all while unwinding. And bring your knees back through center. And let them fall over to the left. Press the back of your right shoulder down. You can pull your right hip, right thigh over towards the left for a self-assist as you ground your shoulder down and reach your right arm to the right. And bring your knees back through center. And let's take your legs straight up. So if you have a block, you're welcome to grab your block and place it under your low back. You can also just keep your legs straight up. You can take a shoulder stand or a plow. And just close your eyes and focus on your breath with whatever you decide to take, wherever you decide to go. Let this be an opportunity to restore. It's like connecting all the dots in our day. You know, it's that final piece that takes us back to the beginning. It completes our work day, homeschooling, whatever you have going on. Doing your best to quiet your mind, to put aside any distractions, to just, let them go if you can. If it's something you have to come back to tomorrow, like leave it for tomorrow. For many of us, nothing happens when we pause between now and tomorrow. If you are in shoulder stand, come down through plow pose. And from plow pose, bend your knees, squeeze your ears, Karni Padasana, ear pressure pose. And slowly roll out, one vertebra at a time. If you're laying on your back, you can lower your legs. If you have a block, just gently remove it. And bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open wide. You can let your arms rest next to your sides. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open up your mouth, let it out. And do that again. Breathe in. Big exhale. Slowly come back to your natural breath. Bring your knees together and just extend your legs out in front of you. And completely soften, completely surrender. Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes as you bring awareness back into your bodies. Stretch your arms up over your head and just stretch from your fingers to your toes. And hug your knees into your chest and roll to one side. Rest your head on your bicep and just take a moment, honor your practice, honor the time spent on your mat today, and honor the time spent off your mat today. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Hands to heart center, eyes remain closed. Thanks for joining me. If you're live, if you're playing this later on, thank you so much for your continued support. I hope these are helping you through your day. Float your thumb knuckles up to your third eye forehead center and just invite light, love, and peace in. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And for more information on what I'm offering, you can check out my website, carrietreister.com. And I hope to see most of you in class soon. Have a wonderful night. Bye.